Good morning, everyone. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Sending lots of love and blessings out to everybody. Okay, so quickly, I have a 4D, 5D, 6D union read and a twin flame read. And here are the pictures. This is the union read, 4D, 5D, 6D, the Divine Feminine on the left, Divine Masculine on the right, the bridge between them between, the incoming Divine Feminine, the outgoing Divine Masculine, the underlying energies, and the closing energies. The read in front of you is the regular twin flame read. Okay, and this is the SIRIAN Starseed deck, and then here's the complete read in front of you with 7 decks all together, clarifiers. And the union read will be pretty quick today. It is 4D, 5D, 60. It was done at 5:45 yesterday. Today is the 26th of April, 2021. Yesterday was the 25 of the King of the Knight of Wands, and the day added up to 34, which is the 8 of Wands. So today is the Page of Wands, along with the 35, or the Wounded Warrior, the 9 of Wands. So very kind of immature energy between the Wounded Warrior and the Page today. So the underlying energy for the union read was the Page of Wands, which is the day today. The center energy was the Strength card, and then the closing energy was the Ace of Swords, which, by the way, both reads closed on the Ace of Swords, the truth. But it was reversed in the twin flame read, the Ace of Swords. So for the union read, masked boy with burning desire, expecting others to worship them. The tiger breaking through the ring of fire to play ball with the dolphin energy, that's like playing Atlantis energy off of Lemurian energy, waiting patiently below the surface with the truth. The incoming Divine Feminine is the 4 of Swords, Justice, and the 2 of Swords. The 4 of Swords, meditation. That can also be sitting by water or in water or by the beach, but meditation was coming up strongly yesterday. For blind justice, for truth and balance, and then feeling numb and floaty in the clouds like you would after a meditation. The 4D here is the 5 of Wands, the 3 of Cups, and the Page of Cups. The Divine Feminine expanding, feeling conflict or battling fears and anxiety, the need to hide. The Divine Masculine with the Page of Cups with their heart open wide to the Page of Swords, who may be ignoring them and focused on their achievement or goal-oriented or conquest, the top. But the Page of Cups is also exuding love to the 6th dimension, the truth and Lemuria, or playing in the water, bridging by the reunion, by the coming together, the crowd, and the Page of Cups headed the opposite way. The 5D, and that could be too the childlike energy, you know, walking the other way when they come across a crowd or conflict. The 5D here is the 8 of Swords, Strength, and the 6 of Wands. The Divine Feminine hiding at the creek without vision. The Divine Masculine leading the way, organizing the 5 of the Divine Feminine side, or cell division. As I'm losing my voice, all right, so there's a need to speak here. Bridging by, breaking through the ring of fire. The feminine tiger birthing her passion to roar and take her 5 flames back, right, which is her pursuit of happiness. Also could be the waves of desire coming in, of the flames. The 6D is the 4 of Wands, the 6 of Swords, and the 3 of Pentacles. The Divine Feminine home, the Divine Masculine at work, and bridging between with peaceful thoughts, words, and travel of the Divine Masculine to the Divine Feminine, reaching out to be social. The outgoing Divine Masculine is the Page of Swords, Karma, and the 10 of Pentacles. The Page of Swords hiding behind karmic abundance. The truth carefully hidden just below the surface, ready to play ball at a moment's notice. So the Divine Feminine here is the 4D where it's crowded and waving, so there can be waves of the twins also, the 5D hiding out with the woods, or hiding out in the woods, and the 6D home and union for the feminine. The Divine Masculine is the 4D Page of Cups, that innocent message of love with an open heart. That can be a child as well. The heart open to the 5D journey and the 6th-dimensional workplace, or place of co-creation. The bridge here is the coming together for a breakthrough in order to find peace. The Divine Feminine had Libra on her side, as well as the Page of Wands, which is today's date, the 26th. And the Divine Masculine had Aquarius on his side with the Page of Cups and the Page of Swords. So 2 pages there. So, since we only had one side on each side, the Page of Cups could literally be that message of love. And the feminine being the Page of Wands, the masculine being the Page of Swords. So we have the number 52 as the overall number for this union read, which is the Queen of Swords. She's the War Widow. And the horizontal pillars came out to 14, 14, and 24, which is 2 Temperance cards, or the 2 angels, the 2 of a higher love, and the 24 of the Queen of Wands. 24 is also the Omega, the end of the alphabet, which also comes up as the end of karma on a community level, on a smaller level. The vertical pillars came out as 4, 2, 17, 9, 9, and 11. So the message is coming out as the 2 patient angels with the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords here. So 2 patient angels and 2 queens, Queen of Wands and Queen of Swords. And then the Emperor and the High Priestess, or the Emperor's secret, or the 2 of Cups, right? The 2 who love each other coming together. The Emperor and the High Priestess stars, again, or the 2 of Cups stars, the 2 hermits with justice, or getting justice, which is truth and balance, with the Queen of Swords. Also, star 99 was coming up. And the asterisk actually means little star. But soulmates, star 99. So however that comes to you, and 99 again is that compassion, lots of compassion and endings and universal selflessness. Soulmates, star 99, which is also iHeart Radio in New Jersey, which is uplifting music. I think star 99 also gives access to your voicemail depending on the company. I think that was Xfinity. So then we get into the Twin Flame read in front of you, which was cut and dealt, the SIRIAN Starseed deck at 6:43 last night, which is the Lovers and the 3 of Cups. Then E of Orbs, which can come up as energy, expansion, Elohim, Eve, any kind of number 5 energies with the E, which is change, the Hierophant, tradition, connection with your higher self, commitment to your higher self, freedom, any of those kind of energies of orbs here, which orbs is thoughts and words, but also has to do with blind men and orphans. And at 6:55, which is the Lovers and the Truth, the Ace of Swords, BS came up, which can be BS, but also can be bowel sounds. It depends on your perspective. At 7:03 is the Chariot and the 3 of the Empress, which also can be Gaia and abundance. The Hierophant spins right there, right? They could be upright 1 minute and reverse the next. And also, as I saw the Lovers in the shuffle, I was looking at the 3 of Pentacles at the same time. So this energy of the big love here is coming up with the Lovers. And so we have at 7:12 was the completion of the clarifications, the Chariot and the 12 of the Hangman, and the major arcana being the Wheel, the Great Wheel, or the Wheel of Fortune, and then Karma, which is the Judgment card in this deck. And that was it as far as the major arcana in this read. Before the read, the Tower came up, and after the read, Reason, or the Emperor, came up. We had two swords, 2 wands, 3 cups, and 2 pentacles. So very well balanced across the elements, and the suits. And then we had no court cards in the main part of the read. After the read, we had the King of Swords, King of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles, as well as the 9 of Cups, which isn't a court card, but it can represent a person. We had triple ones, very powerful new beginnings energy, because we also had double twos in a lesser sense, so very much in the beginning of the new cycle. We also had double fives of the truth, double fours of that Four of Cups, grounding, integrating, and mastering of love, which is the same as boredom. Boredom and apathy is time to ground and integrate the energy that's going through you and allow it. The 77 of the sovereign energy. And we had 45 here of the Five of Cups, which is the grief and loss, regret, and letting go of that. And then the 78 of the Ten of Pentacles. We also had 14 of the Angels, the Temperance card, and the 47 of the Seven of Cups, the synchronicities. And 57 as well, which is the Three of Swords, the separation, the heartbreak, the disappointment, and the healing of that, the forgiveness. And then in a lesser sense, we had 12 of the Hangman, 24 of the Queen of Wands, 56 of the Two of Swords, 67 of the Knight of Pentacles, and then 89, which for me is the Phi energy of expansion and contraction, reminding you and teaching you how to expand and then come back to 0 point again. So we have the code line, which was about 98, the human body temperature, which is the reflection of the Phi, right? The human body temperature is normal, which keeps you calm and balanced. So when you expand beyond that, you need to learn to come back to that as well. So that was coming up from 5, the number 87, which is the reflection of 78. And 5 and 1 came up again, and then 98 was that number. The code line was all about parenting, spiritual career, and communication. And that was broken up into par and enting, spy and ritual, and ca, or CA is California, and then rear. And that can reference the rear of anything, but also arrears. And also communication was broken up into calm, and then unication, which has to do with unication. The connection with the one and the communication with the one. So the message is coming up here. We're regarding again the key to pi, and that can reference your pineal gland as well. The 5 of expansion and contraction, or expanding really, and then the change, the freedom, the Hierophant, the commitment to your higher self, your pineal gland, and your connection. But the new moon energies were coming up here, or that could just be being off balance to the left, because we're just at the full moon right now. The dance of the 8 and the chariot of the 7, which is the vehicle of ascension, of grief, and the Christ consciousness love that you are, that I am and you are. All of that energy was coming up. The key of the telepathy, your telepathic vision, your personal TV, the pineal gland, the 5 of expansion and change, being off to the left, the divine feminine. The 87 reflects the 78, the shadow of the great abundance, grieving the case of big love. I are, you are, parenting. So it's saying when you're grieving, well, duh, you're parenting, right? Because it's not easy to parent, and you have to go through all these lessons. So, yeah, parenting, spiritual career, and communication. So it's not only parenting your children, but during this journey of your spiritual career and your dark night of the soul, you're learning to parent your inner child. So parenting your children, parenting your inner child, and then parenting your parents, of course. So we have 758 of the chariot and the 58, the 4 of swords. The 7 of swords was the underlying energy reversed. And beneath that was the 6 of wands upright. So we're talking about the underlying energy here. And I'll turn that just a little bit so you can see better over there. And then the clarifier's on top, but there's also 5 cards down that I've extended out there, which are the 6 of wands upright, the 4 of swords reversed, the 2 of wands upright, the 2 of cups reversed, and then the tower upright. The journey of awakening to the twin flame and the choice of path. In disconnect and not seeing eye to eye, or at a distance, not seeing each other face to face, with sudden events or epiphanies, and coming clean or cleaning up the act, co-creating at the workplace, stepping up to the plate and or spreading the word, to come together on the mound or the precipice of something great. The Hermit's reversed, pushed to the emotional limit, purging, dumped, with temptation waving, reaping rewards of sovereignty. The Scorpio's upright, Virgo reversed, and Capricorn upright here. The High Priestess, the very underlying energy here is the High Priestess and the Knight of Swords, secretly lashing out, lying, or Pisces or Virgo holding their tongue, with Destiny or Libra schooling the goose, awakening to split, lie, or deal with BS or clarity, needing the truth, or rising above, no sleep over this. Strict religious upbringing, a lie or split from a religious affiliation. 610 then comes up, which came up a couple times today, or yesterday when I was doing this. It wasn't the first time 610 came up, but when it first came up, I'm like, I wasn't really impressed by that because one of our area codes is 610, but it came up twice. 610 is 0 behind 61, which is that liar, cheater, thief energy. But it's really a card of inherent risk, of taking a risk. The 610 position of, or the it's coming up as the 610 being the position of the swords on the clock, as if swords were the hands on the clock, and then the clock being at 6:10. So 6 o'clock and then 10 minutes past the hour. But someone may literally have a clock with swords as the hands on the clock. And this is coming up like as parents saying to their kids, you know, hit the books or else, like the kid's in trouble, while the Divine Masculine on the glass ceiling trying to get through or trying to private time without noise in the house, or listening to kids' conversations through the wall to find out what they really think about something, or someone got detention or a lashing from the teacher, or just threatening the kids to go to bed or be quiet, or else, or they're keeping him up at night and he can't sleep and he must work, so he's getting pissed off at the kids. Over time, or things not working out, post-war, the King of Pentacles is coming up above the Emperor now, but the Emperor or Aries is ahead of the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles with a big mess to clean up, and the Emperor not budging. The King of Pentacles may be a bit snooty here, and that may be what's holding him back, right? Having an elitist attitude. Romantic feelings comes up here, and beneath that is playfulness. The Hermit's reversed, coming out about flame, and the Queen of Pentacles is upright after implants, or perhaps somebody had a mastectomy, but they're doing very well right now. Magician reversed, out of control, with crossed lines hanging out, or crossing a distant relative for big love at work. Virgo comes up reversed here, as well as another Gemini or Virgo, which really has to do with those signs being in your chart, not being your sun sign. And then Capricorn upright coming up. The hostage of love, no longer in the doghouse, marking their spot on the branch, perhaps on the family branch. Pissing. Somebody might be pissing an insecure man off by marking their spot on the branch, perhaps. It could be the branch of the business they want to take over, or the branch of the family tree, or someone is zeroing in on his property. Love partnership comes up, which is number 26, again, the Page of Wands, and beneath that was nature, or 74, which is that perfect balance, that 6 of Pentacles. That nature is that perfect balance and is why it helps ground you. Burdened, the Atlas, the weight in the world, the King of Wands reversed, healing and forgiving and walking away and within from the Queen of Swords upright and the King of Swords reversed, which can be an upset marriage or a contract, perhaps sibling partnership or rivalry. The King of Wands reversed is coming up as exhausted, perhaps healing from a heart burden, which can be literal physical issues, and walking away from stressful situations, people or partnerships, or religious affiliation, or a Taurus here. So this could literally be someone who's perhaps had a heart procedure or heart issues and is being told by the doctor to stay away from stressful situations. So Taurus, religious, institutional, marriage, coming clean or cleaning up the act, or commitment in a split, a lie, BS, and a need for clarity about the Emperor and the big love at work, the love partnership. Suffering in silence, or perhaps dealing with a sister, a Queen of Pentacles reversed, detoxing and isolation. And Capricorn and Virgo both reversed here. So they could be in the chart, but not necessarily their sun sign. Or if it is the sun sign, you know, they're not in their positive energy. Moving forward after this read will be the Hierophant reversed, or that could be a divorce or an announcement, a final judgment or a wake-up call to the Queen of Pentacles, who's working overtime in separation with the King of Swords reversed, and unhappy kids on a journey to the King of Cups, who may be a Scorpio, or with the overtime, it could also be no work or things not working out. But this King of Cups Scorpio could be also, the King of Cups could be going through the dark night, or is the dark night, suffering in silence at night, or about cancer, whether it's a person or the disease. And then the Knight of Cups upright, offering to hang out with the Page of Cups upright. So there's two very loving energies here, the Knight and the Page of Cups coming together here. At 8:38, which is the Strength and the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups could be the mother of the Knight and the Page of Cups, or it could be an older sister. But those two coming together to stand up to sudden end of the war, or to end the war, because it looks like the adults are the ones with the issues, and the younger energies here of the Knight and the Page are the ones that are positive. With the Queen of Swords reversed coming out, or coming out without counsel, in disconnect or at a distance, the Sovereign withholding from lover, who may have chosen their ex, or have chosen to be schooled by the Akashic records instead. The Page of Pentacles is upright, and the Knight of Pentacles is reversed here. Unfair, perhaps knowing about a party or reunion and not saying anything. And this could be two siblings, you know, crazy kids, crazy pets, Leo or ego, who's out of control here. And then the recent past here is the Seven of Swords upright, rising above the drama, dumping a load, a burden, or responsibilities, coming clean or cleaning up to hang out and see a new perspective, and walk away or get some fresh air, while the High Priestess, or secretly surrendering. Without tools to receive a big passion, growth, or creativity from an unjust situation or person. And then we have Capricorn, Pisces upright, and then Gemini or Virgo reversed, as well as Libra reversed. Coming clean about guilt or shame. And the Knight of Wands reversed player falling short, perhaps has Leo in their chart, or dealing with a child or pet, or being strong, bleeding out with the Emperor upright. We have Sagittarius reversed, Leo upright, and Aries upright here, so all three fire signs at 8:48, which again is the 8 of the Strength card, or the dance, and the 48 of the walking away and within. So, or sudden death of a situation or game. And of course, that could be fire signs playing sports. And then we have the foundation here of the Five of Pentacles reversed, recovering, the Hermit reversed, back into the group below. The hostage at present, hands tied, trapped in conflict or battling depression or arrogance. Or the Aquarius reversed. The central energy is the Ace of Wands upright, a new passion ignited. In a split with the Sagittarius, Scorpio, and or Libra, all reversed, or impatient fallen angel who's clingy. A big offer or a double offer of passion or project, challenged by getting over a loss, regret, and being present to the Queen of Cups reversed, who could just be very sad, or, you know, she could be going through some kind of grieving process, or she could be being manipulative. Seeing synchronicities of the King of Cups, and that the Queen of Cups, just like the King of Cups, could be someone who has drinking issues or over-emotionalism, you know. Everything's dramatic. Not like a Queen of Wands dramatic, which would be more physical. Hers is more emotional. She can also be emotionally detached. Seeing synchronicities of the King of Cups, so here we have the King and Queen of Cups, but the King is upright, and then the sealed Divine Feminine, or Pisces, or the world below, and the King of Cups is upright, the Queen of Cups reversed in a falling out, and perhaps the other one was blocked. And these can be a couple, but it can also be siblings, or it could just be two water signs who are not wanting to deal with each other. This could be a sister as well, suffering in silence, the Queen of Swords reversed coming up here as well, knowing and keeping energy clear for an announcement. Losing patience, the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands, both upright here, sharing or settling out. So we have an earth sign male and a fire sign female here, sharing or settling out, grounding and integrating, toxic Empress reversed, who can be any older person who's a female in lack. And the lack can be many things. It can be an illness or an injury. It can be an attitude of lack where they rely too much on other people all the time. You know, the mother calling the son on a regular basis for every little thing, or whining or complaining. It also could be a bossy mom who's abusive or just bossy and mean. But this energy, and there's all variations of that. It could be really extreme and it could be more mild, but it's still a lack mentality there. This also could be a mother who was lost to them already, grounding and integrating a toxic loss perhaps, dumping responsibilities and burdens and a load perhaps, and reaping rewards of dissatisfaction, or a Scroogey person who's stepping up or taking a swing or spreading the word and advertising. Now here's the Four of Pentacles, the Divine Masculine's heart in the Batcave, standing up to the Queen of Wands and the King of Swords reversed, perhaps an unstable home or situation. And the King of Swords reversed could be a cutthroat lawyer as well, or any kind of professional, or a military person who's out of control. With the Magician reversed, manipulating the Page of Swords upright, perhaps to marry. This could be also a parent trying to set up an arranged marriage with a child who doesn't want this marriage. The Page of Swords is upright. Or perhaps the Page of Swords wants to marry and the King of Swords doesn't want them to marry this person because the King of Swords is reversed. We have Ten of Pentacles. That's a scam likely, so I guess the marriage is a scam. The Ten of Pentacles reversed, family, business, or community, dysfunction or loss. So the Empress reversed, and that could be a grandmother in this situation as well, on either side of the family. With the Page of Pentacles, there's an opportunity to learn here, or an inheritance may bring opportunity for a new project or a business. So recovering by themselves without an olive branch. Lovers breaking patterns with the Queen of Pentacles upright and the Knight of Pentacles reversed. The worst, and again, that could be a couple or it could be siblings or just two earth signs. We have the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles reversed. So that could be a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, either one of them. But the worst is now over with the Sovereign obsessing in recovery of or with the Divine Feminine or the world or the Pisces, and a Page of Cups. Or that also can be a message of love and rising above and settling out by the full moon, which is tonight or at night, destined to be dissatisfied, where there's no fantasy here with dysfunctional family and or loss or a dysfunctional fantasy. Soon here is the destiny, divine timing in a bold move, in a heated exchange, withholding from the Knight of Wands reverse, that player falling short energy, or someone who's just has good intentions to go forward, but then they're lacking energy, they can't do it. Or this can be someone who is paralyzed by their passions, which then causes them to fall short on energies because they're under such stress, not being true to themselves, not being authentic to themselves. And then unhappy family in a split at 903, which is the Hermit and the Empress, moving, traveling, or ascending with choices or synchronicities that imprison them. At 903, the twin flames are seeing themselves as the Eight of Cups, which the 28 comes up here as well. The 2 cups and the 8. The 28 of the twin flames, walking away suddenly from a home or farewell party, drained and recovering from loss, regret, or the past. Finances and career comes up here, getting to know each other, and love yourself first. All come up for the twin flames right here. Around the twins, or how they're seen, is the Karma upright. The announcement of the Knight of Cups offering love to their twin perhaps, or help with the King of Wands and his choice of path. The Queen of Cups is reversed with good news though for the King of Wands. Or the Six of Wands journeyman could be separate from the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups could be with the Knight of Cups who's bringing in good news to the King of Wands who's choosing a new path. Okay, so it could be two people here, two siblings, two lovers, both water energies, and then the fire energies. There could be 2 fire energies, perhaps 3 fire energies as well. And then there's the Aquarius with the Karma card. So we have Aquarius upright and fire and water. And the block here for the twins being the Ace of Cups reversed, a breakup, a divorce, without a peaceful place to go, parenting, spiritual career, and communication, but even more so, love. And this is like my song. Okay, so I'm supposed to tell you this story real quick. I wrote many years ago when I first started recording my songs, I'd sent my songs to, I forget what it was called. It's like a songwriter's marketplace. And they would you could send up to 3 songs and they would screen it for you to see how you could improve, or they wanted to buy your music. They would send it to whatever outlet they had who needed your music. And one of my songs that's on my CD that's out there, Ashes, Twin Towers to Twin Flames, one of the lines is now I'm trying to think of the line. The ultimate, or I can't think of the word right now, love, but the line ends in love, the love, right? And it's about love, like you can't escape love. And it was funny because one of the questions they came back with was, what kind of love were you talking about right there? Which had nothing to do with what the line said. It was just love is the answer, not what kind of love. It is love. And that's what's coming up here. It's just all about love. Parenting, spiritual career, and communication. And above all, love. No more casual flirtations or sex with the evil empress reversed. In a split with dysfunctional family that's never satisfied, perhaps they're Scroogey, really tight with their money, and or someone who's constantly messaging. And this can be a family or a specific person. The Ace of Swords reversed in a split with irreconcilable differences, yet holding on to their stuff and or their money, again clinging to that. And this may be someone who's lost money in a break from a business or a divorce, so they're obviously newly with lots less money, so they're kind of clinging to that or holding on to what they got, or saving now because they don't have as much money as they used to have. So the King of Swords reversed, embarrassed yet excited to offer a little love to Cancer, holding their tongue, or at the full moon, or excited to give the evil Empress reversed a piece of their mind. The King of Swords reversed and the King of Cups upright, and the Page of Pentacles here, who may be curious about their own abilities now, but unhappy or dissatisfied with the Emperor who's not giving them their wish. The Emperor may be being strong and taming their beast, or with a pet, kids, Leo, or just being strong with them and not letting them, get one over on them, or not giving them money anymore, that kind of stuff. And again, they may be in a new situation. So coming clean, not passing downloads, to recover back into the group and walk away from or in a judgment, rising above drama to ignite a new passion, challenged by getting over it, destined to be dumped or dump someone else, or be overwhelmed or purge it out. The Divine Masculine's heart in a split, a lie. The King of Swords reversed and the King of Cups upright, and that Page of Pentacles upright, dissatisfied with the Emperor. 3 against 1, perhaps. And that was coming up in somebody's read yesterday as well, the signs. The twin flames in disconnect or at a distance, suddenly with no downloads passed, rising above the drama of the institutions, the establishment. Recovering and reignited to the Divine Masculine's heart, challenged by getting over it, walking away, destined to split with an announcement, judgment, or wake-up call. If no love and only lies, the King of Swords reversed, the King of Cups upright, and the Page of Pentacles upright, who's curious about their abilities and dissatisfied with the Emperor or the control of the Emperor or the logical man, that he's only logical and not showing love, and always ready to be strong. So it's like the other 3 in the group, not satisfied with the energy that the Emperor's putting off. And that could be somebody with a pet as well. Maybe they took the pet away until they get their act together. At 9:07 is the Hermit and the Chariot, the vehicle of ascension, going within and ascending again. And I watched the movie Miss Sloane. That was talk about control freak. That was a very interesting movie, actually. Very political, but very interesting, and about women versus men as well. So let's go ahead and pull a card. So today I'll pull from the Animal deck, the Animal Spirit deck, and I'll pull a Journey of Love card for you too today. So let's see what's going on here. It's just 3434. Look at that. 34, 33 to 34, which is the 34 of the 8 of Wands, the arrows of love, the energetic exchange between the twins, and the 33 of the Christ vibration, standing up for yourself without being defensive. knowing when to walk away. Those are constantly the messages, the messages this week, by messenger perhaps. I was just getting Kissinger. I don't know why Kissinger's coming up, but there you go. Ah, they're making a funny. Instead of the message or messenger, it's the kiss-enger. Spirit is pretty funny, you guys. But there may be something about Kissinger that comes up. Please let me know if that's the case. That's so funny. All right, so from the Animal Spirit Guidebook. Oh, that came right out. The fire ants. And I'll read that to you. So that's got it's got the fire symbol at the top. And it's all about the center. Look at that. And then radiating out. It's like the way, you know, the 0 point, you know, when you pull in your energy when you're meditating, pull in the light and wrap it around your heart and then exude. This is exactly how I describe it too. I didn't think of that before, but this is the way I describe it, is you wrap it around your heart as you breathe in the energy, whatever color you want. If you're doing physical healing, I always think of green, because green is the physical healing. Pink is the mental healing, okay? So wrap it around your heart, and then you just allow that energy to slowly exude out in all directions of time and space, right? Out to your body, to your head, to your arms, to your legs, and then out into your auric body, out to the neighborhood, out to the world. So extend that energy out to everyone if you'd like. I also was dealing with my ants this morning. Sometimes they may get killed when I turn the water on in the morning because I don't see somebody in the sink, right? And also, I was noticing a tree that keeps, I couldn't believe how many little sprouts were coming up, but I don't want it in the garden anymore because it doesn't actually grow here. It ends up dying because it's too cold in the winter here. I was trying to get a plant that's not native to this area to grow, but now these little ones keep growing in abundance, but they also can be poisonous to some of the other plants. So it's like this, you know, overtaking of the ants. And some of you maybe experience the ants overtaking your energy, which may have something to do with changing your energy to be less aggressive. That could be as well. We also have the hawk here. Okay, so we have, again, the masculine energy of air. So air and fire, which expand each other. And I don't know if there's a relationship between the hawk and the fire ant, but it looks like they're going their separate ways. And this also can be the group or the community, the world. And this is somebody going out on their own. Because here it looks like it doesn't even look like the queen in the middle. It looks like the middle's being attacked in some way. This also can be inflammation, feeling like fire, like a fire ant. So that could be arthritis, anything that's inflamed in your body that triggers an autoimmune response here. And I'm getting the wings. This could be in your wings since the hawk is coming up here. Maybe you're having some pain in your wings or inflammation in your wings. But also the inflammation, don't forget it's the full moon. So your water builds up in your body at the full moon. And that's when I usually have the most pain in my spine because there's the most pressure at the full moon. Remember that the tides rise at the full moon. The water expands. And here's it's like the hawk is in the center. It's like, see, look at the red and the yellow. It's like the hawk is coming out of the center here. It's like the group ganging up on the one, right? Because this is like, and then the hawk able to free themselves from this. This is like the ants all depending on the one in the center, right? They're holding them down because they need them to survive. And here's that hawk escaping from that. Really cool message here. Let me read these for you. Oh, look at that. The bottom of the deck is the moth to the flame. And again, this is air energy. And air makes the fire bigger, right? So we have the unicorn underneath that, which is very spiritual, right? That beautiful unicorn energy, like a moth to a flame. Again, before it was like a moth to a flame, and the flame escaping, or the moth escaping, however you want to look at that. Can be multiple perspectives of that. So let's go ahead and read this. First was the fire ant. Where are you, fire ant? Of course, it was the first one probably I missed. Yep. Aggression, again, which is what I brought up before. Aggression, rigid thinking, and following orders. The fire ant energy flares up without us noticing. It's the force that attracts us to people and situations that feed our imbalances rather than those that counter them. Gossiping and blaming are a few indicators that misaligned fire ant energy is at play. You may also find yourself stewing on a person or situation, only making things worse. How can you break free from the drama and cool down? Fire ants are surprisingly sensitive. Don't pretend the heat isn't getting to you. So when you're in balance as the fire ant, you're thoughtful and disciplined. But when you're out of balance, you argue, there's excess heat, which causes inflammation, and there's gossip. To bring back into balance, you need solo time or take walks at night. And then we have the hawk. And the hawk says, watchful, all-seeing messenger of divinity. The sharp eyes of the hawk watch our every move. This keen-eyed bird has the ability to see every little detail as well as the bigger picture. When this card appears, fate has its eyes on you, and the winds are shifting. It is said that the hawk carries news upon its wings and is sent from divinity itself to deliver it. The message should not be taken lightly, though it may seem small or insignificant. It will eventually redirect your course. So when in balance, the hawk sees clearly and is intuitive. When they're out of balance, they see too much and they get suspicious. To bring back into balance, perspective shift. So you need to hang out and change your perspective. All right, let's see what the journey of love has to say now. There we go, came right out. Distant shores, so it's the full moon today. So 18 of the full moon is expressing the energy of the water and the full moon here. How the rising of the tides and the expansion of water may cause more pain because of swelling in the body. And then we have the Christ flame after that. There's the heat, right? The heat of the crucifixion. 31 of expansion and contraction, of conflict and battles. That the full moon also always causes those energies because of the pressure that rises. And then needing a tune-up. That's the message I'm getting, a tune-up. And then needing a tune-up. Music. Shift the universe with music. 7. Signs, symbols, and music. The 7 of the chariot, the vehicle of ascension. When there's moon and conflict, the full moon and conflict of that Christ energy of pain and suffering, use signs, symbols, and music and to shift your universe. Okay, let's see. The bottom of the deck is the legacy of light, the 53 of the Knight of Swords, the messenger of truth, or the knight in shining armor, depending on your perspective. Okay, we have the legacy of light. And it's very much like, it can be a man or a woman. It can be very Christ-like, holding on to like a sleeping bag or a blanket. That's what it looks like to me. It's like it looks like there's a smaller person here that they have their arm around. But it's like you're leaving one arm free for someone. Here's like the things that you need, the sleeping bag to sleep in or whatever to keep you warm. And then the person to share it with. The legacy of light and the messenger of truth. And then let's see, from the journey of love, we have 18 of the distant shores and today's full moon. If I'm wrong about that, I'm pretty positive today's the full moon. Okay, distant shores. Your soul is yearning for more. The divine is all, and there are no limits to what can be experienced by the soul. The soul is so hungry for divine reunion that it will seek out whatever is needed to get there, even if it means journeying to a strange or exotic shore for expanded experience. You may be feeling this soul impulse, an urge to travel, to try something new, to let go of the limitations of your mind and how you see your current life, and to begin to see the new in what was once familiar. And there's confirmation again. That was a positive response, actually. That's a message for you as well. So the art of the passionate soul is to be able to see that which is new and fresh, even in what is known. Again, there's confirmation, though sometimes we can use the help of a fresh vista to inspire the mind to open and the heart to be ready to receive more. It's time for you to reach for the distant shores that are calling to you now, beloved. And that definitely applies to me. Don't pack your bags with too much, though. You'll travel light and easy with less baggage, and you'll need plenty of space to receive that which is new. This oracle brings you a message. You will benefit greatly from travel right now. You may be traveling through the mind, reading journals of faraway lands or times, or watch a film that transports you. Moving your body to a different place is another way, bringing fresh energy by unplugging you for a short time from what you know to plug you into a different circuit so that you may receive different energy. So when the opportunity to travel arises for you soon, whether it be a jaunt far away or a day in a different place, take it. Don't worry if it doesn't seem practical. The divine is so much more important, intelligent, and capable of genius than what mere logic would have us believe. And here's the poem. And again, this has to do with, we're at the full moon right now, which builds up the pressure in the body, making you feel uncomfortable, like you want to just burst out of your body. And so this traveling is one way to resolve that energy, to put it somewhere. I waited for dawn, not wanting to go, but knowing I soon would have to leave. I waited for the first light, listening, joining with you on each breath and each exhale. I watched as morning came, as you gently stirred, knowing our love was not measured in time, not the minutes that quickly passed, or the hours that as departure approached. How I wanted to linger, how I wanted to tell you that this moment would last forever, and whisper one more time, I love you. And then you held me and said it first, and goodbye no longer mattered. And that's all it takes. It's just knowing. The silence is what hurts. The saying, I love you, is all that it takes. And there's more confirmation there. Okay, so I hope that was helpful for you guys. Make sure you drink your water. Remember, that's your connection to your higher self. I forget sometimes too. This is why I always remind you. Make sure you get your rest. I got a great night's sleep last night. Make sure you get some joy in nature. Step outside, put your feet in the grass, hold a tree, meditate, salt water, all of those kind of things. And as always, be very good to yourselves no matter what. Don't beat yourself up about anything. And there's always an opportunity to rise above. Okay? So, rise and be love. Bye, guys.